7 years ago, after my third DUI, I walked into Right Turn Impact's weekend intervention program at the suggestion of my attorney. And it was Super Bowl weekend. It was my very first time away from my infant daughter, and my first time in any kind of inpatient treatment. And you know, I didn't know if I had a drinking problem. I didn't want to have a drinking problem. And I had zero desire to go to rehab. At first, I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it for court. I didn't want to go to jail. I was checking off a box. But once I got there, my drinking was challenged for the first time, and I was asked point blank, why do you drink? Is it serving you? And you know, they didn't label me, but they made one thing clear. If I had landed there, alcohol had become a problem in my life. And I remembering, can I go home and not drink on Super Bowl Sunday? And Right Turn taught me to take life one event at a time without alcohol. And it turns out that DUI wasn't the end, it was just the beginning, and it was an opportunity for me to change my life. And 3 years later, I came back as a court liaison, helping others the same way someone had helped me. I'm in court regularly with the men and women who come through our program who've turned their lives around. And I witness defense attorneys advocating for their clients and prosecutors working collaboratively and thoughtful sentencing from the bench. And that's what this life is all about, right? Helping others and making an impact.
If you get your shit together, you're never going to have to go through this again. There's a lot of the people who have DUI, get charged with DUI, have a drinking problem. What a DUI arrest is really, it's kind of a government intervention, telling somebody, okay, nothing you've done to control your drinking to this point has worked, and now the government's getting involved and telling you it's time to get your shit together. And what I really like about Right Turn is it provides an alternative to jail. So the person can go in and get treatment, and many times the prosecutors and judges will find that because they went to Right Turn, they don't need to go to jail.
So I've been a criminal defense lawyer for the past 40 years. We have handled thousands of DUIs through the time of my career. I enjoy this part of my work because I enjoy helping people better their lives. What people misunderstand about guiding clients to treatment, it is not an acknowledgement that you're guilty. It is taking appropriate steps strategically to ensure that you're properly prepared for court. Judges want to see proactive treatment. They want to see people that have actually taken the steps to deal with this issue on their own. Coming to court ill-prepared, having not engaged in treatment is a major mistake. I love working with Right Turn. I believe that the people that work in Right Turn, such as yourself, Kristen, care about their patients, their clients, the people that they're trying to assist. And that's the type of organization I want to be connected to. This is a program that truly wants people to be successful. You're not a number. You're not just a check that's coming in. I can tell you countless success stories that, you know, people come to see me. They're in a stage where they haven't acknowledged that there's a problem. I suggest that they go with the professionals such as Right Turn, that they get the help, they get the guidance. And I've had countless clients who've come back to me and have told me, you know, my life has completely changed. I don't drink, I don't need alcohol. I've reconciled with my wife. I've reconciled with my children. I'm now a productive employee. I feel better about myself. My health is better. I have a more positive outlook. And so I think in general terms, that's a story that I've heard countless times. I don't ever hear anybody say to me, you know, I didn't get anything out of Right Turn. I really didn't benefit from the education that I learned there. It's just the opposite. What I hear is tremendous program, people that care, and I'm so glad that I went there.
Hi, my name is Andrew Jessic. I'm the lead partner here at Jessic and Moise in Montgomery County. And we do a ton of DUI work and work with defendants and clients who have addiction issues for all sorts of drug and alcohol. And we often send our clients to Right Turn. Right Turn repeatedly has done an outstanding job for our clients. And we're very grateful for all of the people at Right Turn. I've never heard a bad thing, never had a client complain in any way. As a matter of fact, the reviews, especially from family members, are just through the roof positive. And when a wife has a completely different demeanor in the 29th, 30th day when they come to my office and tell me about it, you could just tell that Right Turn did its job. And of course, when she's talking about her spouse who has been there for either the weekend or for 28 days, you know that the people there know how to get the job done.
Many, many crimes was like throwing a rock into a lake. You have that initial splash, whatever that is, but the ripples go out in so many different directions. I became a lawyer. Yeah, I became a lawyer to have a decent life, to provide for my family. But I also became a lawyer to make a difference. And just winning a case is not making a difference. Winning a case, but helping your client overcome the issues that led to the case is the ultimate victory. I went to different rehab places, outpatient places, that were always trying to get business from me. So I went around and I went to these places. I put the time in, I put the energy in to find out where the good places were and where they weren't. I immediately had a relationship with Right Turn. This is going back to the 90s. And I sent so many clients to Right Turn, and I've witnessed so many miracles. So many miracles. I've also witnessed heartbreak. I regret and don't regret in my career is how invested I have been in my clients, because my heart has been broken so many times by people who have been unable to continue to walk, people who seem to do okay, and they couldn't continue on the path that they were on. But if anyone gets on that path, they get on it through Right Turn. I have sent hundreds, if not over 1,000 clients through the years to Right Turn. I've sent family members to Right Turn. Addiction is one of those things that it cuts across all stratas of life. So I've seen it all. I've seen probably about 75 clients die through the year from addiction. Like I said, I have it in my family, that I've sent family members there. I've seen a lot of tragedy, but I'll tell you what I have seen. I've seen more miracles than any of that. The miracles are that Right Turn sets people on the right path. The question is, are they going to keep walking that path? And that's a question that only they can answer. But if someone wants to be set up for success, Right Turn is the place that sets them up.
My name is Andrew Albert, and I'm an attorney here in Maryland. Without Right Turn, I'm fighting a battle with one arm tied behind my back, literally. If I don't have that option, if I don't have that in my toolbox, I'm having a very difficult time. If you're a first offender, but you're going extremely fast, or you have a child in your car, or you've hit someone and you've hurt someone, you're not going to be handled the same way in court as someone who got pulled over for fairly innocuous traffic stop. You're going to be handled differently, and things are getting harder in the state of Maryland. And so if you don't go to a program that has some teeth to it, the judge is not going to be impressed by what you've done, and you won't get the outcome that you are looking for.
Hi, I'm Lance Richardson, State's Attorney for Queen Anne's County. I've been State's Attorney for Queen Anne's County for the last 17 years. Today we're talking about drunk driving offenses and how the system has changed over the years. Since I began 31 years ago, the emphasis was on punishment for drunk driving offenses. These days we've realized that rehabilitation is key. If we can't fix the underlying problem, we see these people over and over again. They're basically serving a life sentence on the installment plan, 1 year at a time or 3 years at a time. And ultimately, the only way to solve the problem is to fix the person. In the past, like I said, the emphasis was on punishment. Now we realize that if we don't get somebody the help they need, we're just gonna see them again. It's a matter of time. I see very few Right Turn clients come back to court. It's pretty rare. Usually Right Turn, once I see them embrace that program, if Right Turn's gonna come to court and advocate for that person, I cannot think of one of those people that I've seen again with another DUI. So they have a great success rate in preventing recidivism. So a lot of times we see second and third offenders. That's quite common with DUI offenses. What my office, my prosecutors, and I do often is tell the defense attorney, you need to send your client to Right Turn. And if you do the weekends at Right Turn, that'll be better than weekends in the detention center. I would rather have someone go, and it's similar that they're away from their family, they're away from home, but it's a better environment than a jail environment. And they're gonna get so much more benefit from Right Turn than they are from our detention center. So we'll give it as a sentencing alternative. And I know with the weekends at Right Turn followed up with the aftercare that I'm looking at the bigger picture and what's a bigger benefit for the defendant, for my office, because I don't want to see this person again. So we work collaboratively with Right Turn to try to solve the problem and fix the person.
Hi, I'm Kevin McDevitt. I run the law offices of Kevin J. McDevitt. It's a solo firm out of Leonardtown, Maryland in St. Mary's County. So the alcohol program is such an important part of the puzzle, the mitigation puzzle for my clients to present a good case in court. So having a program like Right Turn, who I know will do such a good job with my clients and put my clients in a position where they can get a good result in court, it's just so important, and feel very grateful to have Right Turn, at my disposal and and there for my clients, so that we can be prepared for court.
My name is Mark Sherman. I'm a DUI defense attorney. I've got a thank you in my Essex office. I have a wall of thank you notes from clients. I've saved them, and most of them have attended the Right Turn weekend, and each of those thank you notes represents someone's life that's been impacted in a positive way by what you guys do at Right Turn in their weekend through. Now, no one likes to go to the weekend. I mean, people are oftentimes resistant to the idea of spending a weekend somewhere not their home, or there's bunk beds and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I tell people that, but real life change is possible. Real reflection is possible. The stories that people hear during the Right Turn weekend are impactful. So people are changed at their Right Turn weekend, and it's opportunity for self-reflection where we don't oftentimes have or make time in our lives for self-reflection. At the end of the day, a judge needs to base a decision on something, and the Right Turn weekend gives the judge an ability to understand that this client has learned enough from this experience that it's not likely going to happen again. I can't tell you how many clients who have done a Right Turn weekend have come back for another DUI, but it's not many.
Follow Right Turn Impact. Our Make an Impact series, it's just getting started.